Singapore. This is Azeeza Jalaludeen, and we are here on our 14th episode series of Loving Women, Love Women, right? So when we say love women, as we always say, it's about women, we, men, with a capital M. So it's about you and I who would love to be a loving person in the world and how we can be together in a very powerful environment. So today, as always, and always assisting and being with me is my dearest sister, Alejendrah. Hello,
Hello.
sister.
Hi,
Yes.
welcome back. Today we have the episode number 14, and it's all about shining your light. Yes, so we're really excited to be here today with you. And hello from Auckland, New Zealand. It's still quite light. It's nearly 7:30 p.m., but still quite light. And we're entering summer. And yeah, if you're in the northern hemisphere, probably you are maybe freezing your your butt off. But wherever you are in the world, thank you for watching us and thank you for connecting. And we know that we have some friends in Singapore who are watching the Hangout right now. So welcome and thank you for joining. We want you to shine. That's why we're doing this.
Yes, absolutely. So today's session on Shine is a very powerful session because around the world, our dear friends who celebrate the Festival of Lights is celebrating, and especially in Asia, it's a big thing. Right here in Singapore, it's all festival, and Malaysia and India, and our dear friends around the world. For this today is a Festival of Lights. So when we talk about that, and I kind of got it that we should have a topic on shine, and we have been having all these conversations over the last 14 sessions, right? And this is the 14th session, and we want you to be appreciative of what we are going through right now. And we are very appreciative of what we are going through right now because it's a journey that we have committed to globally. And with you in our mind and with you joining us and following this series, it's a commitment that we have made together to walk this journey. So thank you so much for being on the call. So, sister, talk about shining, right? So today's topic on shining, let's discuss a little bit of the word shine.
Yes. Now let me read a quote by Marianne Williamson, and probably you have heard this, but it's a beautiful quote, and I'll just read it. And it says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frighten us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And one part of this quote that I want to emphasize is that as we liberate ourselves from our fear, we give permission to other people to do the same. And I want to ask you this question. So have you experienced you being in your utmost freed up being, you being so happy and joyful, generous, and then just by being in that state, have you noticed actually how people respond to that and how people start responding to you the same way? So that's what we are talking about, is that when we are allowing ourselves, because this is the way I see it, this is all about giving ourselves permission. And as I have shared this with many of my friends, I said, one day I will be famous for this quote. It's not about being capable, it's about being willing. Because we are all capable people, but one thing that actually stops us from really, really shining and from really being our best is how willing are we to do that. And not just that, but it's actually being willing to give ourselves permission to be in that space. Because you in your light is you being that space. You create that space for your own light. Because the light is inside of you anyway. It's always there. You cannot be any other way. You cannot be taken from you because it's an intrinsic part of you. It's like your soul. It's, you know, you cannot take your soul away from you. Otherwise, you will just exit this plane, right? So what happens most of the time is that light actually gets all covered up by the darkness that we carry inside, which is our ego. And the way I see it is not to be scared of our ego, not to want to get rid of it and kill it, you know, but it's actually learning how to work with it and how to master it. So then the ego becomes your best ally rather than being your worst enemy. And in that way, I really do see that you can shine even more. And I'm sharing this from personal experience and also from working with people. That's what I have witnessed over and over. Yeah, it's giving yourself permission to shine your light because you are more than capable. So my question to you is, how willing are you to shine? Right, Azeeza? Back to you.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And the word light is something so powerful because we are looking at a time where we talk about, you know, Jodi, right? You have done the self-awareness Parajodi work as well. So the word Jodi simply means light, and it's our divine light that's in us. So to me, when you spoke about soul and light, to me that is one, and to have that divine light, recognizing that divine light. And today's quote I put up on one of the quote I found on Facebook, internet, was, the light is always there. Are we able to continuously allowing it to shine? Are we allowing it? Like what you said, it is so true that most of the time is us identifying that light. And I loved it yesterday too. One of my friends said that our life is like, the light is like, you know, it's like, do I want to shine? Do I want to shine? It's going on and off. And it's a light that we need to recognize and completely open up and allowing it. So to me, that means a lot. And it comes up when you talk about the darkness. That's where a lot of us are stuck with, the darkness around different things, right? So let's speak a little bit on that. So what is it that you recognize, or we have recognized people on ourselves as well as others, where these lights are not allowed to shine? Let's share some examples of that so people can really resonate with it, right? Because sometimes we say darkness, and so let's speak a little bit on that. What are the areas that we feel and have seen ourselves as well as others not allowing themselves to shine? Let's look at that a little bit.
Yeah, okay, let's okay, I will share about the work that I do and how I witness people actually shifting into being more of themselves. And basically it's a work that I guide people through a process where they can start becoming aware of what is holding them back really internally in the minds, right, in the subconscious mind. And then it's about undoing the mental psychological patterns that got the person to that point. So then when people start going through that process, there is this time of recognizing there is a shift in the mental state where people start getting, okay, now I really, really get this. It's a deep level of understanding. Because for someone to shift and to make, to have a different behavior, what it's inside of us, it has to change. It has to shift there first, right? Because then otherwise it's, you know, we just keep on repeating it unconsciously. And even if we're just tired of that pattern, it just keep on happening because, we have not gained the deep level of understanding. Now, that level of understanding happens at the cognitive level and also at the emotional level. The feeling, how you feel about what happened, what you feel about what was said to you or even done to you, quote unquote, because really nothing is done to you, but that's how people experience it. Okay, it's when the emotion and the cognitive level and the emotional level, they match. There is this very deep shift that happens, and then it's a deep level of understanding whereby you will not want to do that ever again, because you really deeply, you know it in yourself. It's a deep level of knowingness. It's understanding, is really knowing what it is, what is not, and then you go, oh, I get it. So then it doesn't, at that point, and actually in that state, then you can recognize that it doesn't make sense actually to not shine, because it is your natural state to shine. And I'll just share something, from my personal life. Just recently, I decided that, okay, I will not shave, wax. I'm not going to strip myself of any body hair anymore, just because society expects me to be hairless because I'm a woman, which I find it totally ridiculous, And today was the first time that I have gone outside of my summer dress, that it's just, kind of like, sleeveless, with my, my armpits all, free and easy. And it just didn't feel weird at all. And in fact, I was just, feeling really, really good with, all my hairs, and just, well, it's part of me. So then where did I get the idea that in order for me to be beautiful, to be attractive, or to shine, I have to do certain things, and, to me, it doesn't make sense anymore, and then I was thinking even to myself, well, if someone, looks at me with kind of like a disgusting look, then I will say, well, that's your issue, that's how you're choosing to respond to a natural look, It's like, it's like having, a chicken walking down the street with no feathers on it. And it's like, no, it doesn't make sense. But then it feels very liberating. And I can share this with you guys who are watching this, and also with you, Azeeza, that I consider to be right now at the point in my life where I can tell you that I am the most free that I have ever been in my whole life. And in other hangouts, we have been talking about self-acceptance and self-love and compassion and all of that. So yeah, through the practice of all those things, and just giving myself more and more permission to totally and completely love and accept myself as I am, then I can, it's very peaceful. I can feel it in my heart, and by being in that peaceful state, I know that I am more productive, more purposeful, more focused, because my mind is not distracted with, chatter, in the background of my head, worrying about, external things that really don't matter. Like, for example, what people will think about me, because it's just a human opinion, and then we know that Creator created us in perfect harmony, the same way it has created everything that there is, so that really doesn't really matter. Yeah. And this is, with all my heart, I say this to you who's watching this video. If for whatever reason, where, when you were growing up, somebody who, quote unquote, had some authority on you in any way, told you something that was not pleasant, and then for that reason you thought, less of yourself, or you thought that there was something wrong with you, know that that is only human opinion. and remind yourself of who created you. And your creator created you in his image, whatever you want to think, creator is a female or male. I mean, it's both, yeah, but then yes, you have all the right to shine. Yeah. And in that way, I think that we are all become, those lighthouses, and as we shine our light, we are guiding others around us, how to do that too. Right? What do you say, Azeeza?
Yes, I loved it when you say about the what people think and what people say or do to us. So we think people do and say to us. So this part, when we go a little bit deeper, is and everything that you said is so powerful. And if we can reflect it on the way we live our life when it comes to health, comes to business, it comes to career, comes to as a mother, as a wife, as a woman in the world, or as a man in the world, how do we take it? And there's so many areas we can break down. And when I say break down, it's like break down to detail it out. We will get to see that there's some areas we shine, so-called shine more than the other. So we can look at it in terms of what are the stories we've been telling ourselves in various areas, and how does that impact us from shining completely? So we're looking at giving ourselves the permission, like what we said. Let's take as a mother, for example, right? So there are some stories and things that's said to us, not only as a child, but also in schools, in communities, in environments. So there's, again, a breakdown of various segments that goes into ourselves. So when we look at, let's focus on it. Let's say I'm a mother. Okay, I am a mother. So when I break down to see what have been told to me about what I should be as a mother and what I have to be as a mother, that's been in my conscious mind, what you said, the cognitive and the heart, right? So when I have such stories going on, then I have a limitation to how much I can be in the world. When I completely get it, that it's not about the story, it's not about what is happening, but rather what I believe and what's the truth for me, the authentic me, then I feel like I will have, and I have gone through that process, like what we discussed in all the programs, that's processes that I've gone through to let me know that I am happy with who I am, and the way that whatever stories that people are telling me is their opinion of me, and that allows me to be more liberated, to be more loved within myself. So it's a lot about that, and I believe that strongly. And I want to add on to this thing about my scarf. I think I've spoken about that for a while in a few programs. So it's, at first when I started wearing it, I wore it like when I was 20 years old. At that time, it was about pleasing people. To be exact, when my dad passed on, I felt like it was something that I should be doing to make up to something that I was feeling about my dad. And then about the community, that as a Muslim, you must do this and do that and do that. So all of that stories have become my so-called my way of doing. So at that time, I felt it was something that I was doing to please others, to get it over. And then I came out of it to the other extreme, where I decided not to wear the scarf. And I think, Alejendrah, you've seen me without scarf too.
Yeah.
Like a very trendy kind of a hairstyle, right? I mean, a hairdo. Then I came back to the scarf completely feeling liberated, because I had that cognitive clarity that it's not, why I'm wearing it right now is not because I have to wear it. A lot of people ask me, are you wearing this because you're a Muslim? Isn't it suppressing for women to wear this? I'm like, okay, thank you for all those stories. What I believe that I'm wearing it is, I'm very happy wearing it as a woman. And if you know, in ancient history, I mean, as much as all the things said and done, I am complete and happy wearing it as a woman, and I feel this is me. And I don't care if you have an opinion about the religion or whatever. To me, this is what I'm happy with. I don't even have to explain why I'm happy with this. So that is liberating for anyone else to take on their own journey. So if somebody's excited about how they are being, and that's a true truth to ourselves, right? So that will really give us the permission to be very, very connected to ourselves and be authentic with it. The same applies to others as well. So this is something that came up for me when we look at it. So now that we are in this discussion about shining, I would love to see how we can get some techniques going for shine. Maybe we can do some, you know, when people are watching this video, probably we can go through a breathing exercise that we can just, you know, grant ourselves to this light within, which is so powerful, and do some affirmations on it. What do you think, sister?
Pardon?
Oh, okay. I thought we can do some breathing exercises that can really connect us with our heart chakra and do some and experience light with it. So this can be a practice that we can give to people. Do you think that we can do something like that right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
1 minute thingy before we conclude the session.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so everybody take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel your breath. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And you do it one more time. Take a deep breath in and hold it there. 2, 3, breathe out. And as you breathe in the light that you're feeling around you. All the light that you can feel in the universe. You can close your eyes as you breathe in the light. And while you breathe in the light that's outside you, breathe out anything that you're feeling dark within. And as you breathe out the dark within, I want you to feel whatever that is feeling uncomfortable. It could be fear, it could be sadness, it could be anything that is you feel holding back in your life. So as you do that, and as you breathe in, you can feel your whole body being replaced, the whole body being replaced with that light outside, inside you. Completely filling you from head to toe. You can feel the light in you right now. And with that light in you completely covering you from top to bottom, top to toe, keep breathing in. And as you transform every single cell in your body, every single black darkness in your body, in your cells, it is now being filled with light. Every single cell is now filled with light. Now, when you breathe out, you can feel the light coming out of you through your breath, through your beingness. And now you feel it's no longer just your breath, it's your whole aura that is breathing out. Every single cell, every single molecule of you breathing out light. And you can feel yourself now glowing with that light as you become a ball of light. And experience that, being in that. Feel the love within that you are shining without. Feel the unconditional love within that you are shining without. That's it. Right now, you are so complete and full and completely, brightly shining for yourself and the world. And as you allow yourself to shine for the world, you can feel everyone around you shining. So here you are, and when you are ready, I want you to open your eyes and really, really feel the love that you are, the being that you are, completely connected to yourself and the universe as one.
Thank you, Azeeza.
Thank you.
Yes. And thank you guys actually for doing this together with us. And I mean, this is the video, you can always go back and do it again.
Yeah.
That's the wonder of having videos. Now, one thing that I really want to point out here is the importance of you understanding that when you are either craving for the light or rejecting the darkness in yourself, you are creating suffering for yourself. So these practices are not about either craving for one or rejecting the other. It's more about, and I really invite you and want you to ponder upon this, meditate on this, as in, how can you make use of the darkness that you still carry inside yourself? Because there's no point on pretending that there's no darkness inside of you. We all have it. Otherwise, we will not be on this planet, period, okay? And so it's about really, truly accepting the nature of your being with everything that is part of you, including the darkness and the light that is part of you. And then in that process is how much you are actually allowing yourself to become more and more aware of that darkness and know exactly what that is. Because if you don't know what it is, you're just gonna keep on going around in circles, wondering and wondering and wondering, and creating more and more pain in your life. And you don't want that, right? So make a pause and observe. Remember, practice really being observant. And also meditating. I highly recommend for you to take on board Vipassana. I have mentioned this in many of our hangouts, and I will not get tired of encouraging you and anybody else to embrace Vipassana. It's a great practice. Okay, this is about gaining wisdom, because if you don't have gained the wisdom of your own darkness, you are doomed to keep on bringing it up. Okay, whether you're conscious of it or not. So, and I will say, I'm pretty sure that you have purpose in this life. And the question for you then is, so given that you have this amazing purpose in your life and you want to fulfill it, right? Do you really have the luxury of being, in pain and, or just, in idleness, and still wondering? Really think about that. And with all my heart, I say this to you, really come to the place where you can say, okay, I recognize that I have this thing in me and I really want to master it. I really want to overcome it because I have purpose and it is important for me to fulfill it, to step into my path, really. And that way you can shine your light so bright that you can inspire and bring others along the way. Yeah, be the leader that you are. We are all leaders. Yeah, you don't need to be told, just do it. That Nike phrase, that's just do it. that will be it from me. And
actually, I want to this is something really powerful. Before we end the call, I want to also, it's so interesting that we need to combine the two, right? So practices help us, which many people and many of us, I know, as we walk the journey, we overlook that practices add value to our beingness. So being in practice, like whatever that you're sharing, like Vipassana and all that meditation and all that thing, like even just now the exercises, anything that we do are just practices that gets us like cross the bridge, knowing what we are supposed to know. So that becomes a very powerful space to be in. And when we shine, I love to share a little bit. The sister, I want you to share too. What happens when we shine? I mean, we're talking about really attracting the right group of people. Tell a little bit more. Let's inspire. You said something already. You said it like, we are able to inspire others. What else can we do? Share about that. That's very powerful.
All right. So about inspiring right now, and Azeeza, you're part of it.
Yeah.
So we are part of a group called Core Humanity.
That's right.
When the time is right, we will let you know, guys, about this. But at the moment, we are actually collaborating with a brilliant group of people. And we have in our team, we have Ricardo from Puerto Rico, we have Lucy from England, Azeeza Ramesh from Singapore, India, We have Michael from Singapore, myself here in New Zealand. We have Atenas in Peru. Paivi's from Finland, but she lives in Peru. We are all part of a team. We have Rita also in Puerto Rico. Is there anybody else there? Oh, Monica in Colombia, Juan in Colombia. He's from Venezuela. So the thing is, you know, we are people that we share the same vision for our world, right? And in the process of stepping up into embracing more and more of who I truly am, I have been able to attract all these wonderful people and start working with them. And it's this is the beauty of it, you know. It just happens just really organically, and we feel that we are a perfect fit for each other because we all have something to offer. Now, at the same time that I said that, by me clearing myself and attracting these people, you know, this amazing group of people, they've been doing it themselves too, right? They have been working on themselves. They have been refining their visions more and more, what the purpose in their life is. And then this is the thing. Preparation meets opportunity. And I'll repeat it. Preparation meets opportunity, right? So then there is this magic, this miraculous magic in you being your authentic self, stripping yourself of what you're not. So then naturally you become a magnet for greatness in life. And it could be anything, you know, and then people are also that, you know, people are that greatness. So then you can just start bringing that together, you know, and I'm sure you who is listening to this, you have some really wonderful, amazing purpose to fulfill. You are here for a reason. And if it's not clear to you yet, ask yourself that question. What is my purpose? What is my purpose? You know, one thing that I'm so grateful about my dad, among many other things, my dad will talk to me about purpose in life when I was very young. I remember perhaps a very vivid conversation that I recall is when I was 8 years old. And he's talking to me about purpose. And he was also talking to me about soulmates. And I was 8, you know. And I remember that. And I remember also as a teenager, he got on my nerves talking to me about purpose. I didn't want to hear about that. But then later, as an adult, then it's like, well, yeah, I get it. And he's the one who gave me that formula to ask myself, what is my purpose? To be persistent in asking what is my purpose until one day I will get it. And I was asking that question probably for months. And you know, when you're doing something for months and you don't get the answer, how do you get? Frustrated. And I was about to say, fuck this, you know, I had it. Too hard. But no, I persisted. You know, I'm the kind of person, I don't give up. You know, I'm not a quitter. No way. There was the temptation there, you know, saying stop, but I say no. And I persisted and persisted and persisted until one day, boom, clear. And it was at that moment when I had that clarity of what is my purpose. And my purpose is to bring transformational education and to support the development of conscious businesses. So when I was able to verbalize that for myself and be very clear about what it looks like, then is when this amazing group of people started coming together. I mean, and these are friends that I have known, and some of them I didn't know, but they were connected to me. I was introduced by someone, and then as we, you know, I share the vision, and then they share the vision. It's like perfect match. And then we say, let's make it happen. That's how it works. Yeah. So,
this is a very powerful thought. Oh, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So what is happening to attract is exactly what you're doing. So this has happened to all of us who have a lot to shine. You know, the more clarity you have, yes, shine. It's really
So,
about our
Aziza,
organization. Yeah.
wait a moment, because there's a lot of echo. Actually, can't really hear you.
Okay.
And
Is that enough?
yeah, bear with us, guys. Yes,
Okay.
slow down a little bit. Yes, thank you.
So you actually said about it. So that's the journey that we've been on, and even in Shine, it's all about business, uplifting business. Uplifting humanity consciousness through business, and we are focused on it. And you know, when we say purpose, is actually really what we assume it to be, like what Bucky said. And I love assuming that purpose of uplifting humanity consciousness through business, and the kind of people we've attracted this weekend in Malaysia. We are having some of the two of my awesome mentors, one from the East, Guru Maharishi Paranjodiar, the Universal Peace Foundation founder, and Dame DC Cordova, the CEO of the Accelerated Business School, both of them together in Malaysia doing an event with us in the afternoon. So to really get these two huge, huge leaders come together through us. I mean, like, what are we attracting? I mean, that's like so amazing. Go Google these guys. Go Google these two huge teachers who have thousands and thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers. And they are going to come together through Shine to address business people. Can you imagine how powerful that is? So this is what we attract. We attract beautiful people into our life to mentor us, to take care of us, to guide us. I feel like that's the clarity. And as we do it, we commit to others doing it together with us. So I feel so blessed to be with Sister Alejendrah, because we did meet in Accelerated Business School, the Money and You program. We connected there. And that's been the journey with us. And we are still connected as a global family. That's an amazing family that we stand together as well. And that's led us to what we are today. So thank you so much for being on the call. Sister, anything before we round this up? We've been saying round it up for twice already.
It's just so good, we can't stop.
Yes.
But anyway, you'll have to see us on the next episode. Anyway, I just want to just encourage you again. Ask yourself what your purpose is, because when you get to what your purpose is, your light cannot stop shining. It's just like that, you know?
Yes.
It goes together. It really, really, really goes together.
Yes.
And the other point is, remember, it's not about just you shining your light and forgetting about your darkness, because you have both. Okay?
Yes.
As I said before, there is no point on denying that you have darkness. Just acknowledge it. Okay? And just work with it. Just do something with it. Embrace it, love it, because your darkness is there for a purpose. Your darkness is there to make you even more aware of who you truly are. It's to sharpen you. It's to develop you. So be grateful that you have that darkness, and don't feel ashamed. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel disgusted about it or angry about it. Okay? Just really embrace it, because that's part of you. It's like me embracing my armpit hair. Okay?
Hair story.
Hair story, yes. I mean, I want to tell you more about it. But anyway, it's embracing every part of you. It's not just the parts that you think that they're pretty. And you got to think about this. If you got to think about, like, say, some part of you being pretty and some part of you not being pretty, you really, really got to ask yourself this question. Where the heck you got that idea from? That idea was planted in you with your permission, whether you were aware or not. And I'll say it again. That idea that you have some parts of you that are ugly, undesirable, that is bullshit that was fed to you. And you just happen to accept it at some point. Time to wake up. It's really time for you to really see who you are with every single part of you without needing to alter anything for the sake of anybody else. And I'm not saying this in an arrogant way or in a cocky way. I'm saying it because you have been created with every part of you as a whole. And you cannot have the whole if you start taking parts out or denying parts of you that you are not happy with. But then again, ask yourself this question, how come you're not happy with that? You will find the answer. Find the answer. And contact Azeeza, contact myself. We're really happy to support you and guide you through and get you to shine. You gotta shine. That's all from me. And I'll say goodbye. Mwah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And once again, happy Festival of Lights, our dear friends celebrating around the world. And once again, this is Azeeza Jalaludeen, co-founder and relationship mentor coach in Shine. And we look forward to really, really shining together with you. Lots of love. Keep shining. Keep growing. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Happy Diwali.
Bye-bye.